This is probably the reason why your drums are not sounding as hard as you expect them to. Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to be showing a very simple trick on how I make my drums sound as hard as you hear them on my beats. It's a very simple and straightforward trick, so let's get into it. So first, it starts with how you work on the sample. So let's pick a particular sample. Let's say I pick this. Let's create a new pattern, right? Let me use same samples with what I used on the original beat, right? In FL Studio, right, there are producers that produce directly, that send their samples straight to their playlist mode, and there are some that use the channel rack. I like to use my channel rack, but the problem with using the channel rack is whenever you send your samples to the channel rack, it loses its strength, it loses that fullness it has from when you're playing it on the browser. So basically, the trick to giving it back that strength is, let's say I create a pattern. Let's see. Right, so I have this particular pattern, but you can see the kick is low, right? So the trick to bringing it back up is going to your piano roll and pushing your velocity all the way up. All right, by doing this, you automatically bring back the strength of that particular sample. Now mind you, there are some samples that this is another trick. When you send them in to the channel, right, there are some samples that even before you send them, they are not sounding really hard. Let's take, for example, I want to use a sample that is not full. Okay, let's say this sample, right? Let's say I have this kick. You can see it's not full, it's not filling the entire space, right? The trick to it is you normalize. When you normalize, it makes it full. It takes everything to 0 dB. It takes the thresholds to 0 dB. Or sometimes when you normalize, it doesn't move it, right? Probably because the particular sample is going beyond 0 dB, but it's not full here. So the trick to doing that is you can just click on this icon, come to boost, and boost it to taste. Right, so that's another trick to making your drums full. This is where it all starts from, right? So that's by the way. So now I have my samples full and I've increased the velocity, but now the problem with this is it increases, it makes you can see it's almost clipping, it's getting to 0 dB, which is bad, right? So now the trick to doing this is send them to a particular channel, right? I send them to 2425, right? I'm trying to show you the trick here. So what you do is you just throw in a soft clipper, right? Sometimes I like to just mess around with the threshold, right? And sometimes I just like to leave it. I don't just drop a soft clipper and don't do anything. It still controls the level. It makes it not to go beyond 0 dB and not to clip, not to distort, right? It's not distorting in your monitors, and it's not clipping. All right, so by doing this now, it helps me control the level, right? That's just basically the trick. By doing this, your drums become really full, right? The kick is hitting hard, the snare is hitting hard. I learned this trick from a particular guy, Adiu, from Instagram. I'm going to leave his Instagram page and the link to his page on the description, so you guys can go check him out. He drops a lot of gems on stuff like this. So it's this is where the whole trick of making your drums sound full start from, right? But it doesn't stop here. It goes as far as, balancing the levels, having a good level, right? Gain staging, right? But the main trick is having your soft clipper, pushing your velocity up, and having a soft clipper to help manage the clipping. And that's the trick. Sometimes I create drum bosses, to still help make the entire drums full, right? Sometimes I just use saturations and a soft clipper to round it up. And basically that's it. That's how I make my drums full. I hope that helps. And yeah, Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, share with a friend that would be in need of this, right? And if there are any other suggestions you guys would like me to, something you guys would like me to explain, please drop it in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.